But aquaculture in general is not an exclusive competence of the EU, so we don't define production rules for aquaculture. It's different in the case of organic because it's an X-ray, it's a certification label that has to be managed at an EU level. This is why there are production rules in there. So we don't define production rules for conventional aquaculture, so there isn't a space for a rule like that to go in.
And finally?
Thank you. My name is Remco Schrijver from Vet Effect in the Netherlands. We were involved in the fish welfare study. I have a question for, I think, both the Commission and Eurogroup for Animals. Hearing the discussion, the way forward. If I hear there are two levels where action is needed, because of course there are country-specific situation, production systems, and maybe not every measure may be economically viable, but tilapia in Poland is the same as in Spain. And there are also, I think, a call for action on the EU, European level. So I'd be interested how you see the way forward on those two fronts.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, the next opportunity to develop this and to discuss the issues in terms of a way forward will be the 21st of June. Well, a lot of the points that were made today will be raised again. The need for harmonisation of methods, the need for, particularly for the different methods, maybe for stunning. After that, there isn't a specific roadmap. I guess this forum, this will continue. I don't think it's going to, yeah, so there isn't a roadmap. The 21st of June is the next opportunity. Just can I answer one unanswered question from earlier about this sentience? Quickly, there isn't a definition, no, but all animals are considered sentient in the Treaty of Lisbon, and that's the frame on which all our legislation on animal welfare is managed.
Thank you. Eurogroup for Animals, do you want to wrap up and talk about the way forward?
Yes, the Commission wants to point to my point.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm happy to hear from the Commission, firstly, about the acknowledgement of fish as sentient beings as enshrined in our treaty, which should also mean that we should start talking about fish as individuals and not as tons. And also good to hear that the Commission has referred to harmonizing methods, because yes, we acknowledge that there is a lot of diversity and that we need a lot more research into species-specific welfare needs, but there is a lot of knowledge and evidence, and it would be very good to see how we can harmonize that and how collectively the Member States and the Commission, supported by all the other stakeholders, can come up with guidance on how to interpret the existing legislation in place. And I believe that the platform would be a very good place to take this forward. But I also know that the MEPs who hosted this event today will start a process in the Parliament to come up with specific calls to the European Commission to take action for fish.
Thank you, Veronica, and thank you to all our speakers and everyone participating for continuously lively discussion. I think, Veronica, you said that fish are at the bottom of the moral value ladder. Well, hopefully this is the first step to moving a few steps up. I see the main themes discussed needs species-specific legislation for a diverse group of people, so people, the fish. And as Veronica says, maybe we can build on that existing knowledge. There was a lot of debate between member states' responsibility versus EU responsibility, covered stunning, ice slurry, little debate on product value being separate to welfare, and the way forward. So I'm going to hand over in a second to Jean-Claude to close the event, but I just want to tell you that we're going to have lunch in this room. However, we only have enough lunch for the people who registered. So if you didn't register, as popular as it is, if you could give priority to other people, that would be much appreciated.
Enough food.
Yeah. It's a high welfare taste of the sea that we have for you, so it's all vegan, including vegan sushi, of course. But before I hand over to John and before you go and eat, the conversation is going to continue at the Eurogroup for Animals offices after lunch. Can everyone from Eurogroup for Animals just put their hands up so we know who you are? Yeah? So there's going to be at least one person hovering by the door, so you'll need to go with them to go to their office. It's a 12-minute walk, and the expert meeting is convening there at 2:15. So, John, if you could take it away, please.
Great. Thank you, Barbara. Just very briefly, I would like to publicly thank the Eurogroup and particularly Doug Whaley for the hard work that he put into this, together with all the parliamentary assistants who have worked very hard to make this event happen today. And thank all of you for coming. As I said at the beginning, I was wrong in thinking that not many people would turn up. I was also wrong in thinking that less than 50% of the public cared. As you remember, I was the first one daft enough to put his head above the parapet. 79% is very encouraging. Although, of course, we've heard that when it comes down to compassion versus cash, sometimes cash speaks too loudly. But as we finish, can I just ask you to bear in mind that throughout history, it has fallen to perhaps a few enlightened individuals to lead public opinion, and I sincerely hope that over the coming years, public opinion will be led both on fish welfare and on animal welfare more generally. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks, good comments. And thanks also for the help with
Is it your first time having that?
No, it's not my first time in Brussels. It's my first time in Brussels. Yeah. Are you going to the... Yeah. Are you going to the...